Hey guys, Flight Girl VSG coming into you with my week 76 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy update. I had surgery December 5th, 2013 with Dr. J. Jan at Legacy Good Samaritan Hospital. I am coming into you today with a much better mood than I was yesterday and the couple days before. And I will tell you why in a moment. I started the 2-week pre-op diet at 301.2. I weighed in days surgery at 291.8. I weighed in last week at 186.2. I weighed in today at 189.4 for a whopping gain of 3.2 pounds this week. For the last 3 weeks, I have gained 8.2 pounds for a total loss of 11.8 pounds, which is obviously not 120, which is where I was a couple weeks ago. So, and the reason why I'm still smiling is because I posted something on Facebook yesterday, all desperate and sad, you know, because we all get like that sometimes. I'm not the only one who's like, meh. But I was really frustrated. Like, am I perfect every day? No. Am I perfect most days? No. Well, I wouldn't say, perfection doesn't exist, but I've been back on track for sure the last few weeks, more so than the weeks prior. And I just keep gaining. So Kim Gibbs, who is obviously the most brilliant person I know, asks me, she says, well, are they giving you anything for your shoulder? Because, I've had some shoulder issues and everyone knows about it because, I talk about it all the time. And I'm like, no, I just take a Tylenol PM at night. And in the middle of my comment, I'm like, wait a minute. Ding! Light bulb. I'm like, oh my God, what happened 3 weeks ago? I had a cortisone shot in my shoulder. Now, here's the thing about cortisone shots, is I've had them before. I've had both a localized steroid shot, such as this, or my foot, or my wrist, or whatever. But I've also had systemic steroid shots for eczema or rashes, things like that. And I've had different reactions every time. I don't think I've had weight gain related to steroid shots that I noticed, because a lot of the steroid shots I've had were when I was very heavy and didn't really weigh myself. So I don't really know. I have had things like hyperactivity or depression or increased anxiety, things like that for several days following. But this is 3 weeks later and I am like exponentially gaining weight each week. However, I think that's it. Because I am not eating, and I'd have to be eating a lot and not moving at all to gain 3+ pounds a week. Like, I think back to when I was very heavy and what I would have to eat and do in a week to gain 3 pounds. There's no way. Unless I'm eating a lot of salt, or drinking a lot of alcohol, which I haven't been, then it was pure binge mode. Like, I'd have to gain 3 pounds of fat or legitimate weight in a week. I'd be eating like 3,000 or 4,000 calories a day. And, on an average day, I'm at about 13 to 15. And that's not a great day, I'm definitely upping my protein the last few. So I don't feel like it's my fault. I don't feel like it's just me. I feel like this is a temporary thing. My body will even it out. Just keep doing what I'm doing. Oh, thank God. I have hope. I was so frustrated. Oh my God. Yesterday I was just like, because I was at 189.4 on Monday. I usually weigh Mondays and Thursdays, but yesterday I was just curious and I was down to like 186.6, but I was still fucking pissed. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I feel better. I'm not freaking out because it'll come off. It's going to be okay. My body is unhappy that I put a bunch of drugs in it. People are like, why do you feel fat and enormous? Have you seen how far you've come? And yes, that doesn't take away from that. But I feel super bloated. I am wearing size 14 jeans right now that are big, that are fitting perfectly well. And my size 12 jeans, I don't fit into it all right now. 8 pounds. 8 pounds, I'm telling you, made a huge difference. I can't fit. My size 12 jeans are so uncomfortably tight because I'm super bloated. My stomach literally is like, I mean, I know you guys don't believe me, but trust me. Look at that. I mean, it is normally big because I still have a lot of fat in my belly, but it is like, okay, now I'm pushing it out, but like, you know, I'm telling you, last week when I said I was feeling distended, I was not joking. I was not joking. You guys have to believe me. Okay, so other things I wanted to touch on really fast. I am starting a June 1st, which is very soon. I think a week and a half. I am starting the Beachbody challenge actually with I think her name's Faith KP. Is it KP or KT? KP? I don't know. I'm sorry. I remember Faith, but I don't remember the initials. It's a Piyo challenge, and I also ordered some Shakeology with it because I usually try to do 1 or 2 protein shakes a day lately just to keep my protein up, because I find that when I'm eating, I'm getting like 45 to 65 grams of protein, and the 65 is okay for me. Like, that's my goal, 60 to 65, but I'm trying to keep it up to 75 to 85, and to do that I have to have 2 shakes a day, you know, with 20 or 30 grams of protein per shake. Most of them are 20 to 25 grams of protein. So I will have one for breakfast or a mid-morning snack, and then one is an afternoon snack. So I'm still getting meals, and these are really just snacks. But I think when I start the challenge, I'll be doing it for breakfast and then an afternoon snack, and then I'll have lunch and dinner. So that's the goal. So yeah, what I'm going to start doing, to, you know, my goal weight was 31 pounds away. Now it is 39 fucking pounds away. It is what it is. But I got my eye on the prize, and there's a couple things I'm doing. So, you know, I think everyone would agree that I did not get the surgery. Well, you don't have to agree with me, but I'm thinking most people would say this, that we did not get the surgery to diet ever again. Like, this is a lifestyle change. This is about eating healthy. But I have my eye on the prize, and that does not mean that I'm going to be dieting, but my eyes look purple. Holy crap. Okay. Sorry. Side note. So I'm going to do the Beachbody challenge, but I'm also going to be doing a couple other things in addition to that. So 2 shakes a day to keep my protein intake above 70 grams is my goal. I'm going to start getting up early and doing the Piyo in the morning. So I have not done Piyo before. I do not know what kind of modifications I'm going to need for my shoulder. I should be getting it in the mail next week. I don't know. I've never done it. So we'll see. But here's the thing, is I'm assuming the workouts are anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes. I don't know. I'm assuming they're not longer than that. DVDs generally aren't. So I'm going to get up at like 7. I usually start my workday at 7:47, between 7:30 and 8:15 is when I start my workday, depending on how tired I am. But I'm going to make a practice to get up, and it's going to suck for a while, but once I get in the habit of it, it'll be fine. Get up at 7 or 6:45, depending on how long the workouts are, or even 7:15, depending on how long the workouts are. Get up, work out. Empty stomach, get water, do my Piyo. Then have a shake and a cup of coffee. Not in that order. Coffee and then a shake. And then, but I also bought the Click. I have some Click things here too. So I might, you know, kind of make coffee and a shake at the same time. Who knows? Anyway, that's a side note. Then I will have, some body effects and see how that goes. Like, I use a very little amount. I do not use a full scoop. I cannot. It makes me cranky. Not cranky, cracky. Wow, like that. Well, you guys saw. You watched my video a couple weeks ago, right? It's probably like 5 weeks ago now. But anyway, then I'm going to have lunch. Things like chicken salad, tuna salad, chicken burger, salmon burger, turkey burger, things like that. And then I'll have a mid-afternoon snack with the shake. I probably will not be hungry, but that's okay. Liquid protein, it's fine. And then I will have a healthy dinner. But let me add something that I forgot. I don't know why I'm like doing this thing with my hand today. Okay. So after breakfast, I will take the body effects and I will go to the gym. And I will do a high intensity interval training workout while I'm there. Like 7 to 10 rounds of 30 seconds on, 1 minute off, or 30 and 30, or 1 and 30, depending on what activity I'm doing and how hard it is for me that day, because every day is different. I may or may not, depending on the Piyo, what that looks like, add in a little bit of strength training, whether that be additional lower body stuff or some slight shoulder stuff to help with my rotator cuff strength bicep curls, things like that. Again, I don't know what to expect with the DVZs. I'm going to kind of take my cues from the program first. But my goal is to work out 90 minutes a day until I get, well, not every day, but like most days until I get to goal. At least 3 additional times a week. Go to the gym and do an extra 15 to 30 minutes of activity. Just cardio mostly, unless I feel like adding some basic, super low key strength training in. So also I've been getting about 3 liters of water in a day. Again, that's not helping with my weight gain because I'm super bloated. But I have hope it will go away. But I'm sticking with the 3 liters of water. Eventually that will flush out. Now, let me tell you something else that's going to be happening starting, I think, July 5th or 6th. Is that my boyfriend and I were talking to a very good friend of mine. Her name's Gina. I love her. She's also kind of like my thin-spiration because she complains about her weight sometimes, but she's super skinny and fucking ripped. And but no matter what her weight fluctuations are or how ripped or she is A, she's awesome and amazing and beautiful. But B, she like health and fitness and food is very important to her. So her and I, we get along really well on all different sorts of levels. But when we get together and talk about food and fitness and exercise, she knows a lot about a lot of stuff and I know a lot about a couple things. And, we really get to talking and brainstorming. And I just feel like we have a lot to say on those topics. We don't always agree, but everybody is different. Everybody is different, right? So, it's a respectful disagreement if that happens, which isn't often. So she's doing a candida diet, and it's really not a diet. It's diet in the sense of way of eating, not diet as in I'm going to lose weight, right? As in I'm trying to restrict. It is very restrictive, though. I'm not going to lie. It's very hard. But the point of the diet is to reduce the yeast in your system and to cleanse your liver, colon, kidneys, and gallbladder. I have my gallbladder. So to cleanse those things and to increase healthy bacteria into your digestive system. So she's lost, I think she said she's lost like 3 or 5 pounds in 9 days. That's not my primary motivator here, although that's attractive. But my boyfriend and I have been talking about getting onto a more, we did the Whole30 in January. We stopped juicing, in March. I think I did it for another month. And because I'm the only one who juices, so I'm the one who buys the vegetables, washes the vegetables, props the vegetables, and then juices them and then cleans up the juicer. It's a lot for me to do every day, all the time. So I needed a break and we haven't gone back to it. He's doing smoothies and stuff and that's fine. So the candida is a very restrictive diet in the sense that it has non-wheat or non-gluten grains like quinoa, buckwheat, like 2 or 3 amaranth and like I think millet. I don't know if it's millet's one of them, but there's like 4 or 5. Some healthy fats, oils, and plenty of vegetables, but not starchy vegetables and 0 fruit, 0 sugar. I can use stevia. Here's the hardest part is the no alcohol and no coffee. I asked Gina about it. She says she's doing some green tea. So at least I can have caffeine because I don't really need that migraine. My caffeine intake has actually gone up in the last several months, versus down. I was always a 1 cup a day person. And now I'm like a 2. Throughout the week, I'm averaging about 2 cups a day. So I don't want to have that withdrawal. I've quit coffee before. I have no desire to do it again right now. So I'll switch to green tea, and because it'll be hot, what I'll do is I'll make iced green tea. So I'll soak it hot in the French press instead of coffee, and I will put it in the fridge, and then I can just pull on that. So I can just put a box of green tea in the French press and do that. So we're going to start that. I don't know the full intricacies of how long we're going to do it. We're going to try to do it 30 to 60 days. 30 days puts me right at one of my best friend's weddings that I'm officiating and participating in. So it would be hard to do it for more than 30 days, but we're going to try. So anyway, my point is that he and I have been talking about adding more whole foods. We eat whole foods anyway, but cutting out grains, specifically wheat products like bread. And, we were talking also about adding in more fermented food just for gut health because it's really good. So sauerkraut, kimchi, things like that. I made pickled eggs. Pickled is different though. Because pickled, usually when you pickle something, there's sugar in it. So we're going to make our own sauerkraut, and we're going to try to make our own kimchi. So if you guys have done that before, please provide any tips or tricks on that, because I don't really know anything about it. It does not look as easy as, it doesn't look that easy. So my main question is, do I add water? Because all the recipes I'm looking at for sauerkraut say that you salt it and then you start squeezing the water out, and then you put it all in the jar, water and all. But no one says that you add water. So that's what I'm curious about. I guess you add water just enough to cover it, right? And then you weigh it down and make sure no air is touching the product, I guess. So let me know if that sounds right. And then you let it sit for like a month or something. So we're going to start doing that now. So by the time July 5th comes around, we'll have it. And the reason why we're doing it July, this is getting long. The reason why we're doing it in July is because I've got a wedding. We've got a huge 4th of July event that we're going to in Montana with all of his family. So we'll be drinking and having fun. Wafflepalooza. We're going to try to do wine tasting with the Mahonies. We've got a ton of events that are going to make it very difficult to cut out alcohol. Specifically alcohol, not so much food. So we're going to wait until after the 4th of July because things calm down. The only thing really going on in July, between July and September, is my birthday, which is also the same day as my good friend's wedding that I'm officiating. So and her bachelorette party, but that's a weekend away, and you know what? I can bring all my own food. So and I've gone to those weekends away and not drink before, so it'll be fine. I can be the designated driver if we go out or whatever. So my goal is not to make this 20 minutes long. I'm so sorry. So my goal is to do the Piyo challenge in June. I actually have a CrossFit Groupon that I'll be starting, I think, on the 21st of June, because it expires, so I have to use it on or before June 21st. So I'm going to do that. Hopefully my shoulder will be better. I'll save that for another update. Right now I'm going through MRI process. I got a neck MRI. Everyone is saying something different. I'm fucking fed up to here with this shit, because one person's like, it's not a neck issue. The other person's like, I think a neck issue is a plausible thing. And now I'm going today to get a shoulder MRI. Once I have that, honestly, I'm fucking quitting everybody. I'm firing everybody and I'm starting over. I'm taking all the DVDs of all the images to like a neurology chiropractor and being like, okay, now what? Because no one can tell me the same thing, and I think it's fucked up. Seriously, how can you look at one thing and all... Anyway. It's frustrating. Okay. Anyway. So Piyo challenge in June. CrossFit for 10 sessions starting June 21st. Get up early to do the Piyo. Added cardio every day. And... then what? Then the candida diet starting in July 5th or 6th or whatever that Monday or Tuesday is. And so I need to do more research on how long we're going to be doing it for. But I expect that I'll lose weight, but I also expect that it will really help with my carb cravings. My friend Gina, she says that there can be candida overgrowth, and you can tell when that is if the more carbs you eat, the more carbs you want to eat. Is your body like trying to get more of it because it's not good for you. Anyway, so, and that's totally me. Like, if I have a bagel or if I have a piece of toast, all I fucking want is toast. All I want is sandwiches. All I want is macaroni and cheese. When I cut all that out, like day 5, done. I'm over it. I don't need it anymore. So, it'll be good to just kind of, even though it's really restrictive and I'm really scared, recipes out there are good. I'm a good cook. It'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. So that's my goal for the summer. We'll see how well we do. Again, hardest part for both of us is going to be quitting alcohol. Coffee for me. Kent can go without coffee. I'm sure he'll actually not quit coffee. We'll see. I'm not really entirely sure. Gina, if you're watching this, I'm not entirely sure why we quit coffee. Do you? Because I don't really understand why coffee is bad. Especially since I drink it with coconut milk or black with stevia. So I don't really know why it would be bad. Anyway, kids, 19 minutes. I am not going to 20. Mwah! I love you. Thank you so much for all of your support yesterday. I feel much better. I'm so happy. Kim is brilliant. And I feel certain that that's the problem. And so means I have a little bit of hope that this will all go away. Yay. Keep doing what I'm doing. Keep doing what you're doing. And you guys keep it fly out there. Have a super, super great weekend. I'll see you on Monday with Moo of the Week. Bye.